Campaign Casters is a fantasy-filled, heavy player-populated podcast for adults. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Welcome, investigators, adventurers, and roleplayers to Campaign Casters, a high fantasy TTRPG podcast designed to introduce you to your fictional home away from home. My name is Nicholas Bailey, and I will be your caster master for today.
We are a heavy player-populated party of not adventurers, but investigators trying to make a name for ourselves in a big city. Where this is a campaign run by two DMs and introduces a new 5th edition class known not only as something anonymous, but as the Runecaster.
I love that. It's pretty good. Well, if you come to enjoy this episode, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Leaving a review really helps us get the word out and connect with more listeners who might enjoy the journey as well. Your support means the world to us, so thank you for being a part of our adventure and investigation. As the player of Elksdor Vernates today, casters, please introduce your titles because I already introduced mine right now. So, Heath.
Hello, I am Heath Chase, playing Sig Valang.
Hello, you have reached Jake Taylor, playing Brine Smith.
Hello, I am Adam Fox, and I am playing Leo.
Hello, you have reached Sophia Condit, playing Lycan.
Hello, this is Ari Bardak Mitchell playing Gael of the House of the Solstice.
Hello, my name is Haven, Mystery Flavor, Joseph-Lyon, and I am playing Nissa Stone.
Go. And, oh wow, no silly banter this time?
No, fuck you.
We were trying to keep it together.
Here, I got some silly banter.
Serious podcast, we don't goof off.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Serious podcast.
And without further ado, we introduce Campaign Casters. Last episode was a recovery episode from the chaos of episode 11.
I thought that was pretty chill, actually.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was a chill. It was chill. We tried. I tried. Leo and Lycan thunder stepped their way into the night. Elksador and Brine had an unexpected bonding moment, going out drinking, and our friends Nissa, Sig, and Gael had a more eventful night. With Gael's resignation, they find themselves reaching out to Karmos in an attempt for something, anything. Alessio was there to comfort, but it turned out that Iago heard the calling and offered a long-awaited reality Gael has been hoping for, a chance to commune with Karmos. Sig traveled around looking for an open wood shop at night, but came to visit an old friend for consultation. Nissa decided to follow, and after a night of drinking, Sig, Nissa, and Barry found a dead Infernonaut body in an alleyway.
That's right, Siggy.
But... Barry.
I was trying to get my laugh. I apologize.
No, that's okay. But finding it, you found out that it was not the handiwork of the butcher. The morning came with new goals. Finishing this fucking report that you guys owe to the magistrate. To save Riker and give some form of control to Brine. But Elksador, Sig, and Nissa decided to make their way to convince Gael to come back, while Leo, Lycan, and Brine traveled to the Dwarven Quarter to learn of a segregated community caused by Orn himself.
I lost something once.
Well, the lead Arcanic, Glasses, requested the group to get the mounts of the Skyjack riders back. from the Directorate. Now, you all head to the last location where you learned of an announcement by a paperboy of this new medicine called Liquid Luxury. Session inspiration. Who would like to volunteer for today? Ari.
Yeah. So, I thought a little moment that I could give a little insight to for the viewers. As Gail was in the house, as the church team came to come and get them, they met Tovi, a old friend of Gail's, and if you'll remember, Gail sort of had a moment where they almost stopped Tovi, but did not. And something what was going through their mind at the time is they had this conversation with Iago about breaking tradition and about change maybe not being so bad. And it sort of empowered Gail that, like, maybe I don't have to just go along with the way that things are going. Maybe I do have some sort of say in what happens, but at the end they still chicken out because the pain of what happened with that relationship, which hopefully you'll find out at some point, got the best of them. So yeah, that's my little thing.
That's beautiful. Take your session inspiration.
Thank you kindly.
And then I have the Wand of Elxidor. So if I point this at you, Elxidor is talking. Or if you guys want to take this and point at me to be like, Elxidor, you need to say something. That works too.
Yes.
Nice.
So.
Jake's just pointing across the table.
Thank you, Jake.
Very nice.
All right. So now we continue back with the group that is outside, I believe, in the streets of Tolona.
Yes.
Where this paperboy gave you this pamphlet talking about get your liquid luxury, and he threw this pamphlet to you guys.
Does it say anything that he hasn't said on the pamphlet itself?
Yes. Let me get my notes.
So true.
I got it. Don't even think about it. I was ready. Yeah, no. It's right here. It's right here.
Oh, I would. Yeah.
Adam is not locked in.
Adam's searching for his own thing.
I'm searching for a different thing.
Yes. So when this paperboy, he just says, get your liquid luxury, and he got his, what was it, like 2 gold coins that you gave him, Sig? Something like that?
Yeah. Did I already do the... Oh, yeah. Okay. It's on my notes. It says pamphlet. Well, I spelled it wrong first, and then, and then it's pamphlet again.
Cool.
Yes.
And when you start reading it, I would assume one of you, whoever has it, would read it aloud. Or actually, maybe Elxidor could read this aloud.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Go Elxidor.
All right, here we are. The liquid luxury. This is an official statement by the Tolona Directorate from the administration of the Corrective Tariff Act. In light of recent arrest of Calhoun Kamuli and the subsequent dismantling of his vast drug cartel, the Directorate has taken decisive action to prevent further corruption from festering within our city. The revelation of liquid luck, a substance responsible for untold suffering and addiction, has made it imperative to regulate the industry that allowed such an atrocity to flourish undetected. Effective immediately, the Corrective Tariff Act enforces a 50% tariff increase on all imported goods relating to the production of drugs, potions, elixirs, and similar medical concoctions. This measure ensures that only those businesses committed to transparency and ethical practice can continue to serve our people. The crackdown on illegal operations is essential to safeguarding Tolona's future, ensuring that never again will such a blight be allowed to take root. Those who claim to offer solutions beyond the Directorate's oversight must be viewed with great scrutiny. After all, the Kamuli Casino itself once masqueraded as a place of trust before its true nature was revealed. With this reform, the people of Tolona can rest assured that their government will not falter in the pursuit of justice and safety. And then... Oh, And here's the announcement of Liquid Luxury. With the collapse of Kamuli's operation and the city's newfound understanding of the dangers that lurked within, the Directorate recognizes the need for a true and ethical solution to the addiction crisis. Under the guidance of Lucian Gabriel Caddock, a revolutionary treatment, Liquid Luxury, has been developed to aid those afflicted by the horrors of liquid luck dependency. This breakthrough will be first distributed to those in hospitals and suffering from severe conditions, ensuring that the most vulnerable among us receive the care that they need. However, the full public release of Liquid Luxury must come at an appropriate time, a time when Talona is safer. With the recent upheaval caused by Kamuli's criminal empire and the growing unease surrounding the criminal undercity known as the Depths, it is evident that now is not the moment for reckless haste. Furthermore, the Butcher remains at large, and as long as this menace continues to terrorize our streets, it would be disrespectful to those who have suffered under the hands of crime and addiction to move forward with the celebration while uncertainty looms over our city. The Talona Agosian Watch and the Thanes of Greenspell are working tirelessly to rid the city of these dangers. With the return of the Brass Bears and the dedicated work of those that solved both the Kamuli Casino and the missing person case now within our streets, we are confident that a new dawn for Talona is within reach. The official unveiling of Liquid Luxury will take place at the esteemed Cedar Song Manor. While a specific date has yet to be confirmed, the Directorate assures that the people, as soon as order and safety are restored, the grand event will be held in honor of those who have endured the trials of the past. The people of Talona deserve security. They deserve answers, and above all, they deserve a future where their trust is never again betrayed. Let us remain vigilant and unified as we move toward that future together. Issued by the Talona Directorate.
Well, that is good they're taking steps, I suppose.
Yes.
Definitely.
But isn't it a bit alarming that they would call it Liquid Luxury right after something so terribly afflicted against our own people known as Liquid Luck?
Perhaps that is a tactic in a way for people who are addicted, that it doesn't feel so far out of bounds. I don't know. Something of that nature.
Yes.
But I don't know if this is something that we can particularly spend a lot of time on right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I would.
Definitely not.
I agree completely. We focus on the case.
Well, the interesting thing about that is that it says that, we're aiding in that, and we haven't submitted our report in yet.
Yes, they spoke of those who, and Gail's holding up quotations, those who dealt with Kamuli Casino and the missing persons case, and yet they did not even name Little Guy Private Eye. That's a bit upsetting.
It seems that Talona has agendas that we are unaware of.
Yes.
Are we going to the tower right now? Is that our plan?
Yes, the pillar, and maybe meet the others there.
Yes, I would like to do that, and I think that is of utter importance.
Right.
As we have gone on throughout this day, I've been thinking, and we haven't started from where we should have, I believe. As we know, the Butcher is a serial killer, yet we have not gone and researched anything about these past killings.
Right?
I believe our sentiments, though they are respectful, may have blinded us to the grand scheme that may be going on with the Butcher himself or themselves. And at some point, I wonder if it would behoove us to go back to see Sergeant Jenkins.
Right.
To potentially get the MO of what we are looking at here in terms of overall pattern for somebody as meticulous as the butcher may seem.
Right. And there was the conspiracy theorist too. That little paper that we found in the beginning to see
Yes.
Pippi Pyre.
I
Yes.
haven't followed
Pippi.
up on that lead in the
Yeah, we
least.
never followed up with Pippi.
Very true.
I think we got a bit of a more exact parameter with what the magistrate wanted us to do, and we got a bit focused on that and not on the case itself, which I suppose is not the most thoughtful thing to do, and yet we are a little bit bound by it. But that it is very astute, Nissa, and I do agree with your assessment there, that we have not been as thoroughly diligent as we could have been.
Thank you.
And of course.
Yeah. Well, it is midday, and we have until the sun sets, so why don't we go talk to a magister of conjuration?
Yes.
Brilliant.
All right.
That's the exact music we will use.
It's just an acapella version of Nick just going doo-doo-doo-doo-doo with like a bunch of harmonies over it. Nick's like, fuck. Think of something, Nick.
You triggered the singing.
Traveling to things.
No, this is my moment. Do.
What a
Where are we
moment.
going?
All right. So no, Sophia, you may not. She was biting the mic.
No, I was not.
All right, so you guys make your way, if you want to look at the map, the Pillar of Dragorim, where you have to pass the heirloom library to make your way upon this grand tower. As you guys start making your way, I'm going to jump back to the other group where you guys are traveling outside of the Dwarven Quarter. And your goal is to also obviously have this report where you're going to go to the pillar as well. So you guys start making your way, and at a crossroads from a distance, let's say about 30 feet away, your group just kind of looks at each other. Where this is the first time that you guys have gotten back together after last night's incident. And you pile yourselves right up to the entrance of the Pillar of Dragorim. Oh, hello everyone.
Hey, hi.
Was the Dwarven Quarter useful? Did you find anything good?
Well, yeah, I think we found out that they really did not like Orin at all.
Well,
At all. And then we met up with another Arcanic named Glacius, or Glasses. I don't know how
He's
to
the lead
properly...
elementalist.
Yes.
oh, another mechanic.
I'm intrigued to go back there just for personal things, but
Right.
But there's more the dwarves didn't like him. They currently don't know that he's dead, but yeah.
All right. Not bad. Cool. Well then, Brine.
I have something for you.
For me?
I have
Marmon spice.
I have some Marvin spice for you.
Marmon.
The dwarves have it. It's apparently very
Twilight
tasty.
Ember?
I don't.
Oh, they're
Do you mean?
yes, the Twilight Ember. They're a major spice trading company. And
Oh, yes,
that's what
yes.
that's what they
Oh,
want.
you got some. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I can't wait to cook with this.
They got so excited.
Thank you, Lycan. Do I owe you anything?
No, it's a gift.
No, really? Thank you. Yes. And he pockets it.
All right, guys. Any other like information before we go and do this?
Can I have everyone roll an Arcana check / perception check except Brine?
Oh no. That's
You don't get that look.
11.
So do we get to pick one, or
You get the pick.
What? That was so bad.
I got a dirty 20 and a momentary shout out to Gabriel Isaac, voice of Orin, who gifted me some new dice for my birthday that has some Gale colors. So little shout out to him, friend of the podcast.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
And the voice.
in the
yeah,
episode.
someone
You
didn't
guys-
listen to the episode.
You didn't listen yet?
I'm one episode behind.
Oh my God.
Instead of us reading and fumbling through it for 30 minutes, he had Gabe record it.
Yeah,
Really
Nick
good.
took it out because we were making fun of him too much, and he didn't like it.
Just so everyone
That's
understands
awesome.
that did happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was this Arcana and
Or perception.
Okay, great.
Go to 15.
13.
I
Arcana.
think I know.
15
what this might be
Arcana.
related to.
Arcana.
I'm the one that can. Might be a little something on my waist.
No. Flat 10.
Flat 10. Okay, I'll say 15 and above. You see that.
Wait, what else would I get?
Oh. He got a 2.
He was too focused on the Marmot spikes.
I've never had anything like this.
I can use pork. I can put this on chicken or even beef.
Elkstore, we gotta vote.
God.
Elkstore,
It's
there's
a
a tower.
And then as Elxador is going through, as Elxador is thinking about recipes, like going there, you guys see Brine disappear. For those 15 and above.
What?
For those 15 and above, you see that there was this spark of magic that came from his collar right before he disappeared. So, yeah.
Someone activate his collar?
What?
What just happened?
We're going to hop over to Brine. So, Brine, as you are just, you guys are getting ready to do your investigation, you're getting all ready. You just, as for you, you see that there's like this little, maybe like have you been shocked before?
Like electrified?
Yeah, like a taser or shock collar.
You asking that while Haven gets up from the table is terrifying.
What do you get? What do you grab me? What do you grab me? Whoa. I mean, I've experienced static shock. That's about it.
Yeah, static shock. You just feel a little that around your neck for a second, and then you feel that like there was this like. When you stand up too fast and your eyes just kind of roll over and you can't see anything for a quick second? Mm-hmm. That exactly what happens. And as like you were to blink and you have that gloss over your eyes, you see that you are now in the magistrate's office. and he is there writing on a paper as you appear before him. He looks at you.
What the hell? Our day's not up. What were you doing?
Oh, I didn't bring you here to know about the status. I trust that. I brought you here so you can understand it. What I want you to bring is at the end of the day, when sundown, I'm going to teleport you back here. You're going to give me the report that you and Little Guy Private Eye has come up with. And we're going to cross-reference any information that your group can help us point in the right direction for. Then after that, you and I are going to talk about your new contract.
And he snaps his finger, and the one that you signed appears before you. And you see that the text is something that you really can read for a moment. And as you're looking down, you come to this little clause here. And it talks about how there is a amendment clause.
I needed you to sign this first so that I had full control of a new collar on you, so you couldn't escape. But I am not fully malicious. We will, after our conversation, discuss terms of your release. Does that sound fair?
I mean, I don't know why you had me even sign a contract if you were just going to put it on me and teleport me anyway. Like, I mean, I feel like you could have just done that without the legal paperwork. It's just like a lot of extra paperwork, I feel.
No paperwork.
But yes, Sure.
All right.
Sounds fair enough.
Good. So, what I want from Little Guy Private Eye is I want one suspect and then a backup suspect. Motives and evidence.
Will that be all that you're requiring?
That'll be all.
So,
See you
what?
at
So you can make an arrest after we've given you everything?
No, I'm going to give you the Little Guy Private Eye the ability to do that. I just want some assurances from you. And he snaps his finger and you teleport back.
For you guys, as like Leo, you're figuring out, teleportation back. You see Brine right back where he was.
What guys? I think you teleported.
All right. Okay.
What happened?
Just
Like
everyone
it pokes
just.
you to make sure you're actually there.
Oh, thanks. Cool. I'm here. The magistrate teleported me to their office, and basically, our report for the end of the day, we need to bring specific things that the magistrate's looking for. So we need to report back. Well, I need to report back. I'm going to be teleported back to the office by the end of the day to report back to the magistrate. So if we don't have anything by the end of the day, then I'm going to report back with nothing and everything's going to go to shit. So we got to figure this shit out, okay? We need a suspect. We need a backup suspect. We need motives. And what was the last one?
Evidence.
And we need evidence.
Yes, the most important part.
We don't have that much time. I believe we should split up, perchance. Maybe not. Based on the DM's face, I think.
I know we joked about it in the beginning, guys, but like, oh my god, this is our brand splitting the group.
We need this information as fast as possible.
Don't make me bring Abby.
How are we gonna get this all like
Sorry,
Abby's our HR manager. I'll bring her over here for you guys.
That's HR.
I need her.
How are we gonna get that done in a day? Oh, we're not even a day. It's like midway through the day. We still.
What time is it?
It's about like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Mid-afternoon?
Or like noon, 1 p.m.
Okay. That's different.
Yeah, it is different.
Does anyone have any leads we can go off of to try and figure this out as quickly as possible?
Well, we have the Pillar of Dragorim.
Yes.
And with Oren's notebook that we have, he was the Magister, the Zevris Dragorim, was the last one that he talked to the night before, or maybe the night of he died.
And didn't he not take a liking to him, or was that something else?
He did, but then the Magister confronted Orn about it and saying that, don't get in politics and all that, and Orn didn't take it well and decided to submit that's right. And Elxidor shows this pamphlet. So the corrective tariff act that Orn made is now officially published.
Oh.
So the papers did make it. I wasn't thinking about that. The papers did make it before he died.
Yeah.
Oh. So
Yeah,
his death didn't matter then?
Well, it mattered, but
In the scheme of
Yes.
everyone's trying to stop.
Yeah.
yes.
I guess so.
Well, I think we just need to begin to gather more information, and perhaps then, if we speak to some people, all the puzzle pieces will come together. At least I hope so.
Right.
Well,
Well, actually, if the butcher killed Orn, and that paperwork is on the body, and the butcher didn't take it,
That was on the body? Oh.
yeah. Or if Orn was a target, and that was like an important piece to, Orn.
the paper was not on his body, though.
It was.
Oh.
It was?
Yes. One of the
And we didn't take it. That seems like valuable.
Because
evidence.
we couldn't touch the body.
We didn't
the
resolve
Talona
body.
gods had it in
I
their
was
possession.
going
and
to
gave-
say, didn't they take it afterward?
Yeah, they gave it to Lucian McGundren.
So that's an ally
So is this
to Orn.
so basically the question is this a targeted strike, or is this just a circumstantial serial killing?
And that's what I was talking about earlier. I want to go talk with Jenkins to see at some point if we can see the pattern Because if there's serial killings, there has to be a pattern.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, first thing I think is the pillar.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah,
and
we're
then,
right here.
And then the Sergeant Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yes. And I do believe, if we haven't already established that whoever this is has to be somebody who can cast magic.
Right.
And can
Yes.
summon things, hence conjuration,
Yeah.
because of the
There's some of the big
the
beasts or
chitin
something.
or chitin that we found within the cots.
It's either summoning or
They a Beastmaster
Yeah.
or
And-
something.
Right, and a beast was the one that killed Orin, or because you found the keratin for it.
Exactly.
So maybe
Yes, keratin. That's what I was thinking.
So maybe the beast didn't have direction to get that, or not. Who knows? We don't know yet.
Remembering back, were there different types of cuts?
There was a second
the
type.
slashes and the.
So
and
one
the
looked
cuts.
more precise, one looked more wild.
Yes.
So it could be two killers, or it could be an animal with also a weapon.
Could be
Yes.
that they tried to kill him the easy, quick way, but then it didn't work. So,
Or a person with more than one form, and
Oh.
and so they have more or less control depending on the circumstance.
Yes. Also crime of
Or-
the passion.
They could have been more intentional with the precise cuts and used the more ravaged ones to slow down Orin.
Or use the more ravaged ones as a distraction.
Exactly.
Are we splitting up or no? I don't think splitting
I
up is a
don't
good
think
idea.
so.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Let's all go into the tower together as a team.
All right.
That's a good idea, Elxador. Let's all go into the tower as a team.
Yes, let's all go into the tower as a team.
Yes, outside.
Actually, Elxador, I'm gonna stand right here.
Mixed face. He just made a very disappointed expression.
To the tower!
It's a joke.
the
It's fair.
tower.
I'll come in.
It's just a joke.
Lycan's going to look at Gale, but then it'd climb up immediately on Leo's shoulders and just continue into the tower.
Nice.
All right, you guys go into the tower where it is this stone, I would say like pillar. Get it? That is erected up to the sky.
Why did we choose that word, Nick?
What a great word.
Because that's what buildings do. They
Make an echo.
they erect up into the sky.
And it's really hard.
Everybody boo this motherfucker.
Whoever is editing this.
can't split up for the 50th time.
Second, you're gonna erect a building. What the fuck is this?
Let the party in control.
Now whoever's editing this, put like a reverb on Nick saying erected.
Fine boom plus reverb.
And you guys come up to where this tower that you see before you, I would say, is this complete, like concrete, maybe stone tower that, from your guess, maybe has around 8 or 7 floors to it. And there is like a balcony up here and there that you can kind of see into it. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. But do you think any of you, actually, I'd say Leo, you feel a lot of magic energy emanating from this with how Torbadir is full of magic, and with their utopian society of how like they can just fly to different places and how it's built on, the whole city is built on a waterfall itself. There's a lot of like magic that goes around, that there are different places, there are different libraries, there are different research facilities that the Arcanics just go around floating, and just a big surge of magic. And you feel some of that energy emanating from this. And you all enter through this grand doorway that once you finally come into the tower itself, you start to descend down a couple of stairs, and you go into this ornate chamber that is before you. The doors close behind you as if like doing all the work for you. And as you go in this, you see that inside is much more pretty and more beautiful than the outside, where you see that this chamber is of shifting marble, but there is this vast enchanted chandelier that floats in front of you. And in the center of this room, there is this grand design of like a, let's see, what would be the word for it? But like, I would say like a mural, but on the floor that had, yes, that has various colors like reds, blues, yellows, greens, very just beautiful stonework and masonry. And in there, you see this figure standing in the very center. He looks like this territoire man that has this kind of like, I would say like Gale's like wizard outfit if you played Baldur's Gate 3, has one of those, but you see his forearms. And instead of purple, he actually has this like navy blue robe to him with green, like evergreen highlights throughout the entire robe itself. But you see that this figure here looks a little bit translucent a bit.
Translucent.
Yeah, translucent.
Good for them.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, so true, so true.
Does he look like he's been waiting for us? Like he's in the center of the room. Does it look like he's just been...
Make an insight check.
Okay. That's not my die.
You can roll it if you want.
Oh, he might have been controlling all the doors.
Natural 20. So 25.
This figure doesn't take notice when you guys enter. It just continues staring off. Maybe you like made eye contact with it, but then you just see that like that eye contact is stayed, not moved, like no eye twitches, something like that. And maybe he's just doing a 1,000-yard stare where he's just looking off and he's just waiting patiently.
He seems really focused on something.
Yeah. Should we bother? It's just like a bad time.
As he's like looking off and distracted, I'm gonna try and see if I can spot anything that he doesn't want us to see in the room.
Cool. Make a perception check.
Secrets are no fun unless you share with everyone. That is a 19.
19. You see that inside here, you're looking around into this like common area of the first floor of this tower. And as you look around to the sides of the walls, you see that there are some points where there's like water coming down as like a little waterfall, and it goes into like this side pool that you can see reflections of. And on these walls are lined with arcane scripts where it talks about the history of conjuration and some pretty well-known like magic conjurers that kind of go into the history of things. But as you're looking around, you don't see anything. As you're like looking intently, this figure doesn't take notice to you, but you do see that there is this small sigil that is hovering right around his chest area, and it's just floating. It's out, like it's probably like a couple inches away from his chest.
Can I read what type of sigil it is?
Well,
Yeah.
Can I read it?
Yes.
I don't know if that's more natural to me or I don't know.
Yeah. Roll an Arcana check for me.
If Nissa wants to read, like, I don't want to take that from Haven. I just was.
No, I mean, Nissa's a sorcerer as well.
Okay, so then you would know.
Yeah, Nissa
go ahead. You
has
asked
studied
for it.
magic. I do have Arcana.
Cool. Roll an Arcana check for me.
Is this one? Oh, hell yeah. 23.
23. Damn. All right.
Oh yeah. Go team.
You see that this sigil is of a subscript of the School of Conjuration, and it's a word that you know it to be unlock.
Unlock. All right.
Should we talk to him?
Is he locked in place?
Yes.
Stuck? So we have to unlock him.
Oh.
Yes, potentially. Are you all right?
You see that it just doesn't move.
Okay.
I think you are correct about that.
How do you unlock the sigil? What do you do?
Well, you're
Aloha Mora!
Yes.
Hello, Humora.
Hold on.
Would like if Leo's gonna try to cast message to see if he can speak into their mind.
What?
Talk to them.
Yeah. What school of magic is
Message. Oh, jeez. What is this? Transmutation.
I thought so.
transmutation? Okay. as you try and, what do you say to this figure?
Hey, so this might be weird, but it says that you have like a lock on you, and do you know how to open it?
As you say these words, that it seems that when you go to cast a spell and these words enter its mind, it seems unfazed, where like it was something that like it can recognize, but there wasn't a reaction that it had to it.
So it heard, but it couldn't respond. Okay, it seems you can't answer. I'll call back. I'll talk to you later.
Call back later.
Bye. That didn't work.
I have an idea. Perhaps if this is a place of conjuration magic, and like if Nissa said that sigil has to do with conjuration magic, one should do conjuration magic, and that is something that I know, some things that I can do technically counts as in a magical sense. Perhaps I could try that. See if that
could work.
Sure. It's the best thing we have.
Cool. I'm gonna. I hate this. Unfortunately, it's a damage spell, but it's what I got. So Gale is going to pull out their book, turn to a familiar page, one that appears very used, and they're going to cast Cloud of Daggers on the. That's all I got. I'm sorry. Cloud of Daggers on the guy, and the daggers go and swirl around. They don't shrink into it yet, because he hasn't started a turn yet. If you'll allow me to kind of bend how the spell works and kind of like let it be there and not hit him.
Cool.
I did that. Does anything happen?
So you know how we haven't had a fight in a while?
Oh shit!
But as these conjured daggers go through, it goes through the sigil, and you see that it lights up the evergreen highlights when his robe, and it dissipates. And the figure says, welcome back, students. It's great to see you. Oh, you're not students.
Hi.
Are you all right? You were stuck in place.
Yes, I am a conjuration summoned by Magister Zevris Dragorim. What services would you like for him to help you out with?
Do you know where he is?
He is teaching students currently.
Oh.
And what floor would that be?
Yeah.
He is currently in the Summoner's Arena.
And where might that be?
The 4th floor.
Was there a reason why you were locked?
This is a school of conjuration, and it is a very, very, very important school. No one who has not the aptitude for casting conjuration magic is allowed within. So for those who know the art of conjuration may enter willingly to learn more about conjuration.
Let me make sure I know how to conjure things.
Well, thank you.
Yes, we all know how to conjure things.
That I do.
Anyways, stairs.
Good.
Yes.
Are you students looking to apply to the Pillar of Dragorim?
We're just looking to talk.
Talk with Magister Zevris Dragorim.
Yes.
I can take you to him, but he is in class right now, so you must wait.
So I would like to apply, actually. I thought it through and yeah.
Yes.
Hello, welcome to the Pillar of Dragorim, a magic school of conjuration. You are looking to apply.
Yes.
Cool. Wonderful.
X.
Skip. Yeah, okay. All right. Currently, there is a class going on, but I can take you to him.
Yes, please.
Cool. And are all of you here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. You see this magic circle kind of just all go around you, and you are all teleported.
Whoa! What do we see?
You actually very similar to how Brine was teleported. There's that like white static rollover in your eyes a bit, and as your vision go into this room where it is a massive open air coliseum that floats in this demiplane, and this arena shifts between different planes where you kind of start to see maybe a plane of fire, a plane of wind, a plane of ice. That doesn't affect it. You guys kind of have this bubble around you that protects you from this. But these different planes, you kind of see little snippets of magical energy that kind of spiral through as if it's like a little, what's the word for it? But you know when you have the drain, like a little tsunami, or not a tsunami.
Yeah,
Whirlpool. Yeah, a little whirlpool that goes straight through the bubble, and then you see that in this arena there are different students that are summoning different magical creatures, maybe different elementals, and these streams of magic form into an elemental itself, and you see that there's a class going on. And as this form figure kind of, you guys are teleported right above, kind of in this like view box per se. You see that this a more actual self-realized person of Magister Zevris Dragorim is there teaching his students. All of you, please roll a perception check for me.
All right. 10.
12.
Son of a bitch.
13.
18.
11.
15.
Cool.
We ain't perceived shit.
Well, some of us, maybe.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty perceptive myself.
You see that the Magister kind of sitting there. There are different students that are summoning elementals. You can kind of see that they're like in a very Pokemon-esque way are battling each other to kind of learn how to master their conjurations. But for those higher, you see that these different type of students, you see from a distance a fire genasi with golden flames. He has this very confident air about him, where he's a very handsome man, and probably in his like mid-20s. All these people here are in their mid-20s. And you see that he's smug, and then as like maybe one of the students that kind of slipped down of like trying to, the conjuration was kind of powerful for them to hold that magic. You see that he embraces, pulls him up with an arm and like pats him on the back and goes back to be like, well, here's how you do it kind of energy. Then the one that was helped up, you see this rekindled with a brown flame. You see that as this person stands up, they kind of brush off the hand that was given to them, where they had a more stubborn attitude where it's like, I'm going to get this. And when maybe there was an accident that happened from one of the elementals there, they used one of their wind elemental or their air elemental to kind of block that incoming energy to save someone from getting a little singe from the hair. You also see another rekindled that instead of a normal rekindle that you saw with
Ferdinand, Alexi.
Not Alexi. Oh yeah, Alexi and Cliff from the Brass Bears, where they had this very humanoid-esque figure, but still you could tell it's like a suit of armor / like flames that come out. You see that this person instead looks like what a changeling would look like in a rekindled form. And instead of having one flame, they have two. They have one with a yellow and one with a purple flame. And one kind of represents their eye, the color of their eyes. And you see that they have this ever-shifting hair that changes from yellow and purple. And they have this very, like, you see them going about it very witty. They start adapting to the situation to be able to control their elemental, this spar, a little bit more cleverly. And the last two that you see this orc with a deep green skin having silver tusk and this birthmark that is on his eye that's red. you see that he is the very competitive one out of all the students here, and is very looking for a challenge where he himself is actually kind of fighting alongside with his elemental. Then the last one, you see a Goliath with dark gray slate-like skin that is kind of cracked with these arcane etchings. Sig, this kind of looks a bit familiar to you, where you kind of roll a history check for me.
Ooh.
He has what on his body?
Arcane
etchings.
Cool.
18.
18. Okay. I would say with that, you would know that for the life in Gelgrados, there are certain roles and responsibilities that your people have. Some of them are trying to fight ice worms, and they become this protective force that ensures the safety of the mountain. And one of the jobs, you know, to be clues.
Clue.
Oh.
I'm searching.
Clues.
If you can do, you can do.
Looking for things. Looking for things. Mayhaps you say he's searching, but in fact he is looking, you know, because he's looking for the thing that we are searching for. Class is in session. A bunch of elementals are aberrations. Yeah. That word was hard to say, but it's okay because he's looking. Gotta look. Gotta keep on looking because he's gonna cook. Yeah. Got fire and ice. Got a little bit of that Elxador spice. Yeah. We're here. I am an Arcanic and Sig is also here. Whoa, what the heck are we doing? I don't know. We're just investigators, not adventurers, because we're here. We gotta get to class or else we're out of here. We gotta know that we can do some fun things or else we're gonna get some blings. Holy cow. I didn't know how much longer I could have went. I was like, yeah, okay. And the next verse is...
So you know of this role called the Vitki, and it meant of being a sorcerer for these type of safety kind of patrols. And essentially, what Vitki are sorcerers that use magic, and it's kind of like the magic caster of this group, where they hold a very important role of being a leader and also ensuring the safety of others while also being a very powerful warrior. And then the figure, the conjured Zevris, kind of is like, he is now completing his class. Follow. And he starts walking you guys down. As you guys are making your way down, the air hums with residual magic as you guys, as like these whirlpools of elementals start to go back into a magic strand and go back into the elements outside the bubble. You see that all the students kind of line up. You have their notebooks out from like anything that happened from that class that they were having. And you see him say, "Mastery of conjuration is not merely about calling forth a thing. It is about understanding its nature. Dismissal is just as important as summoning. If you cannot control what you call, then you do not command it. Therefore, magic will command you."
Leo's kind of like looking at all these students like able to do this magic and like in a controlled way, and I'm like, man. All right, okay. Hey, excuse me. I like raise my hand.
Sig, is that your brother? You just look alike, you know.
Oh, God.
I'm just curious.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh my god.
I can.
I don't know, I was just curious. Never mind. I have a hard time classifying.
Lycan, I don't have any siblings.
Oh, okay. Well, you never shared about it. I don't know.
Fuck off, Jake.
Jake just went, not anymore.
Oh god. All right, you see that he waves his hand, and the remaining arcane energy dissolves like mist. There's a brief pause. He looks over to you, Leo, as you said that. Then back in a more clip tone, he says, "Class dismissed." And the other students are like, oh, okay. And they start writing their notes. They kind of make their way, and he looks over to you. I don't recall scheduling an audience. Can I help you?
Yeah, we are investigators, and we heard that you might know stuff about a previous student you had named Oren.
Yes, I do. And the other students are like going their way, and they just stop mid-sentence, and they just look over, and be like, "Ooh, drama!" Like investigators are here, and he looks over to them. You may go to your dorms or the library, and the students are like, "Oh," and they they just kind of wander off. Yeah. And you see, like with their own, as they kind of go, you see that they have this little. They wave their hand, and individual portal-like sigils kind of zoom, as like an elevator raises them up, and you see that their figure disappears as they teleport somewhere else.
That is crazy. I'm sorry to rush your class. We're just very tight on time right now, and we just would like to hear if you knew anything of Oren.
Oren was a promising student. Talented, driven.
So you know he's dead.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to.
Yeah. It is always unfortunate when one with potential meets their demise.
Mm-hmm.
But how can I help you?
Leo kind of gets nervous. He's not usually put in this position.
Was there anything specific about Oren that read as he wasn't picking up certain things in certain ways, or did he happen to upset any fellow students?
Was there anyone
that hated him?
Yes,
Sorry.
might consider me. That's okay. We had the same thought. That's cool.
Yes.
Anyone who could be an enemy to him, I suppose.
Ooh, many questions. Am I able to? I know you're pressed on time. Is there anything I can soothe emotions for you guys?
I think
I'm okay.
We're all right now.
Yes.
Good. Thank you, though.
Yes, of course. Well, I don't believe Oren had any enemies. Now, he was very curious with the pursuit of magic.
Uh-huh.
And I stumbled upon him in the heirloom library, and he tried to make it out for himself where he had an interest in conjuration magic. And I'm not one to decline such interest, so I took him in, and he was a wonderful student over the times he was here, and the more he kept learning, the more questions he had, and the more questions he had, the more action he wanted to do with that. And that action led him to, I have no idea in Arthas's name of how he did it, but to the directorate, where over some time and conversations I've heard with maybe some other students, that he wanted to become a conduit for magical legislation. I mean, we have the Department of Magic Casting for that, so I don't know why he wanted to work for the Talona Directorate itself.
So what did you think about his legislation?
Oh, silly, stupid. There was a lot of ignorance that Oren had. I understand the drive for it, but he is young. He's nowhere need to learn how to regulate any laws that can affect the lives of, a district, but let alone an entire city. He is in his early years of his life.
Are you saying he was ignorant because you yourself are a master caster and, the system through which magic is licensed has benefited you, and, well, he wanted to dismantle that?
Oh, no, he didn't want to dismantle, at least I don't think he did, but it's not that I benefited from this system. I'm from Gelgrados, and I chose to come here to create a magic school. There was a lot of research, and I had to go through a lot of paperwork to prove of my conviction as someone who wants to become an archmage, and I had to go through that process of making my way and building credibility to where I can, through the magic department of magic casting, be able to uphold a master level identification card.
And we recognize that hard work. With your professional opinion, how tough is it to conjure beasts?
Not that hard. I mean, anyone can really do it if they have a book and know how to, the right somatic and verbal elements or even material components to be able to summon a beast.
And where would one get such information?
I know there's certainly mine, but all of this is private, not available to the public. And that's with the license that I have, because with the things that I hold, I ensure that, and I have my great dear friend, the archivist, protects to make sure that no one else is able to steal said items. Now, to more answer your question, I know there's the library in S Creek with the Arcanoloth brothers. There might be some conjuration books there. I highly doubt the heirloom library has anything, but also some pretty good reads every once in a while.
Well,
I've read those books.
one of our leads involves a possible conjuration of a beast.
Ah, all right.
And I actually was wondering if you say you have this archivist.
Yes.
Has there been any
That's smartsy.
samples or any moments in which you can recall of the book being stolen?
No books have been stolen from me.
Or do you have a student?
Actually, it's a great idea. Does the archivist write down if someone were to sign out a book?
Oh, no one signs out a book in the... Gotta find it.
Oh.
No. Yeah, no one can sign out a book in the in the Rift Library. It is like this, its own galaxy demiplane that the archivist controls.
So there is absolutely no way that a book could have left that
Yes,
library?
utmost certainty. If it did, the archivist would know.
Can someone go and read the book and then copy what's in the book and then leave with that copy?
That is a good loophole that I don't think any of the students have tried, but if so, I'm sure that
How do you know they haven't tried that?
it would be very stupid of them to do it, because if they did and they practiced it outside of the college, then I would be able to hold them accountable for it and revoke their license and remove them from the school.
Is this archivist a conjuration mage as well? Pardon my bluntness, but it seems as if it's a yes or no question.
Oh, well, no, that's just the DM trying to look for the notes on the archivist. All right? I got it. No. They are from somewhere outside of this world.
Excuse me. I dropped the Leo coin.
What do you mean exactly?
Well, the archivist is a very dear friend of mine that I've gotten the pleasure of acquainting myself with, and that was born in Matana's realm of knowledge.
That is fascinating. Is there any way we could meet this archivist?
Certainly. We can have it over now.
Oh,
Just one more question. Is there a student who has recently either lost their license or, had like the darkness in their eyes and you're like, you can't practice this anymore?
No. None of my students here. And all the students that you currently saw, all 6 of them that were out here, are all the students a part of my school.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, minus Orn now.
Okay.
just for our sake, can you also tell us each one of their names?
Students?
Yes.
Cool. Yes, I can. All right. For the Fire Genasi with Golden Flames, we have Charles Gold.
God,
Wow.
damn it.
With the Rekindled with the Brown Flame, Ginger Chai.
Ginger chai?
Ginger chai.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, goodness.
With the changeling rekindle with the
Too much.
the changeling rekindled with the yellow and purple flame. Lemon lavender.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Someone was
Got it.
hungry. when they wrote this.
so you just stole lavender from Roosters.
No, they stole it from me. I had it first. I created this like weeks ago before they released their spring menu.
Before we were invited to the Golden Rooster Club.
Yeah. It's actually theirs is lavender lemon.
It is.
So
it is.
Awesome.
It's so good.
It is
It's so
good.
good. Top tier.
I gotta try it.
then the orc is Thalias Redstone.
Ooh, I love that one.
The orc?
The orc
I
with
thought it was
the
like
with
a-
the red mark on his face.
Oh, I thought that was a Goliath. I'm sorry.
The Goliath came after him.
Yeah.
Different person.
Then the Goliath is Goran Stonebrand. Or Goran. What?
What's next? Lapis lazuli?
Yeah. Lazuli.
No, Beach Breeze.
Lapis Lewis.
Fucking
Last
Yankee
Louis.
Candle ass.
all of my rekindled NPCs will have a candle name.
Yeah, they're freaking Yankee Candle.
And none of mine will, just to fucking contrast that.
We got Cliffside Sunrise, Ginger
I love
Chai, Lemon Lavender. This is dirt.
This is dirt. All right.
Yes. So names. And then we had Orn Grey Wolf.
Were any of them really good friends of Warren's?
I don't think so. I mean once Owen started to bring politics into classes, there was a class that I started to talk about how conjuration can be used for civilization and using summoning magic for societal advancement. It was like a quick description of the class was on the practical application of conjuration magic to help improve society and support various aspects of civilization. From infrastructure to healthcare, agriculture, and defense. They kind of explored how conjured beings and magical objects can be used to solve problems and benefit communities for this world that we're heading into. Orn sought as a means to bring in his ideas of what I think Lucian Veltara has tried to instill in him, where we can use magical conjuration to, in my opinion, provide means of weapons instead of protection from his point of view. And to regulate further of all what already has been created for the Department of Magic Casting.
All right. Let's go see the archivist, please.
No, one last question. Do you have a long lost brother potentially?
Oh my gosh.
Long lost brother?
I just curious.
No, I mean
Might find the case.
I came from Gelgrados. I was a Vitki in that time where, I mean, my group, we were especially bored for it. I was a powerful sorcerer and we decided just to break oaths so we can fight oath wardens because some of the ice worms, they didn't really bother us too much, but we wanted to have some pastime. But no, I would only call them my brothers and sisters in arms, and I have no actual sibling.
Okay, thank you.
Before we go, is there any other schools that teach conjuration in this town?
Not to my knowledge. I believe I'm the only magic school here until we develop further of the other districts. But yeah, I'm the only magic school of conjuration here.
Okay, I mean, I was just like in this district specifically.
Oh, no, not at all.
Nothing underground?
But
I guess you wouldn't know.
I mean, there is the depths now, so who knows? I don't know if they count as, since we're above them.
Yeah.
Semantics. Can we please see the archivist?
Sure. Snaps his fingers and all of you guys are transported.
Gosh, I can't get used to that.
Roll con saves to not throw up.
Right.
All right. 5 million.
Oh, okay.
You don't have a stomach.
You're right.
I don't have a stomach. I can't throw up.
It's you throw up rainbows.
Yeah, right.
Like the
The gnome
from
Gravity Falls. Exactly.
The unison was great.
So you guys come to this other galaxy-like space where, unlike traditional libraries that you've been with the Arcanalock brothers, you see that this floor exists in a space without walls or ceilings. Only floating bookshelves and glowing pathways lead between them. The books contain a whole bunch of knowledge, as he described, but it seems that these certain sections have a distinct style to it, as if they were drawn from other planes, appearing as maybe more flame-like or more ice-like. And they kind of appear and disappear as needed. You see, with this space, that the floor that you're on, you are in like the Milky Way galaxy that you kind of see around you. It's like, even if you were to go towards the edge and look, you see that like that is it. It is the edge, and you are surrounded in this space of stars. And with this, there are different, what maybe would be floors. Here you see staircases that lead to different sections with these different books. In the center room that you guys come into, you see this magical blue creature. Let me get the art for you.
Oh, magic.
Lycan, who would normally love to be in a library, is clinging to Leo for dear life, so scared to be so far away from the ground. And yeah.
But
Can we infer that this is the knowledge?
make an Arcana roll. And anyone else who wants to.
Sure, I want to find it.
That is a 19 for Nissa.
So for what? What are we doing?
Trying to see if this is the realm in which this
The
creature
knowledge.
was born,
Oh, this creature.
which is the knowledge of the knowledge domain of Metana.
Dirty
Investigation or what?
9.
That is a 9.
Oh,
9.
13.
What was yours, Sig?
Dirty 20.
30, 20.
Nice.
Cool, you're good.
Territory.
Lycan?
Kill him.
9.
9. Oh. All right.
9.
9. Oh, Jane.
9.
Let's say, what was yours? Did you roll?
11.
11. Cool.
19 and 20.
Leo?
9.
Yeah, the three of them got 9s.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Okay. Sig and Nissa. You
Say again.
Sitting in the library.
Sig, you feel this is a very strange type of magic for you that you've never felt before. Nissa, this is a similar type of magic that you felt before. That you remember your time in the House of the Solstice and the magic that came from the Incantus gem. This is a very similar celestial and divine-like magic that kind of envelops you. But in this time, we're in the Church of Karmos, where there is the domains of life, death, and justice. You stead and feel bliss with magical empowerment and the knowledge that it can unlock for you. That this space, if you were to just read books, you could learn whatever you wanted, and then also have this empathetic feel where maybe this knowledge shouldn't be learned or it's cursed, and maybe one should just know what they want to know in life. A lot of emotions going through you in this space. But as you guys come to this center floor, for instance, you see that there's this round circular desk where often one of the stars you see blink, and it turns into this celestial-like owl. It's very, very small, but you see that it's flying with, it has like these golden tan feathers with magical blue, also starry-like feathers more inside of it. And it has these glowing yellow eyes that in the middle of this desk, you see that a perch kind of rises. And it kind of goes onto it. You see that this mysterious creature starts to tilt its head in a very owl-like fashion. I didn't get your names or your group investigator. Oh, yeah. Who are you with? Are you with the? I see the Thanes.
Little guy, private eye.
Little guy, private eye.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
We are friends with the magistrate.
Yeah, I see the Thanes.
It's just
Acquaintances.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that would be a very strong word. We are connected with their efforts as well.
Also, little guy is just a title. I know that like a majority of us are not little. So it could be confusing.
And not little in spirit
keep at it.
either.
Exactly.
Yeah. Roll persuasion.
For
Which one of us?
All of you.
For what? That we're telling the.
That we're not little?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that we're.
Yeah.
I believe I get advantage on
13.
Could be wrong. Let me check.
Oh God, I'm
3.
Not
18.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Ooh. Okay.
8.
8.
But that makes sense.
I'm literally small. Why am I having to persuade him?
Yeah. Well, I mean.
What are we persuading? We're telling the truth. Our dice jail is getting.
All right, guys, we're gonna fight in this ethereal plane. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I already did that.
Well, the words that
Stealing
you
my
say
idea.
about like more acquaintances and. Or
That.
is that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like-
think that's more of a matter of opinion than anyway.
Yeah. Where it's like, okay. All right. And you, right. Yeah. You were, I believe, Kamuli Casino. And,
Yes.
and your base is in S Creek.
Correct.
What made you bring your way to Talona?
We were summoned
By the magistrate.
by
By the
Authorities.
Agoshan Watch and then subsequently the magistrate. Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Fair enough. Magistrate has his own things. So this is the archivist. And you see this creature just kind of look at you all.
This is very Avatar.
I know.
One
I was
she
like,
gone.
it's giving.
Does the archivist have a name other than the archivist, or?
No, just the archivist. Thank you very much.
Wait, is the archivist the owl?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I am the owl.
Sick, I was right then. Awesome. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm such a fan.
Well,
Books, scrolls, knowledge. What can I help you out with?
We're investigators and we need information on...
we were wondering if anything has been taken from here recently.
Absolutely not. And if I were, I'm sure my brother and the isolator would make sure that didn't happen.
The isolator?
Can you elaborate on everything you just said?
And then the Zevris, like he's very eager, if you can't tell. But through my adventuring outside of Gelgrados and searching more, to let you know that there is a lot of more prophecy and culture that comes in Gelgrados that is kind of different from Conamanther. And I decided not to go along with that culture and decided to pursue conjuration out of my own means. Knowing this, I did planar travel and I came across the Sanctum of Orvaris, where it is it's a place, to let you guys know, dedicated to Matana in Sarulin. There I met Clor, the isolator, who is one of the champions of Matana. And the archivist is referring to its brother, that is, it's another entity like it, but also a hawk for him. What?
It's a hawk too.
Absolutely. God damn it.
So I became good friends with Chlor, and over time we shared this pursuit of knowledge, and I befriended both him and the Archivist, where I got to meet him in this demiplane you see before you. So Chlor helped me, whenever I established my school, bring this demiplane into the school itself. It is a, like I said, demiplane, but is a subplane of Matana's actual plane. This is just where we could feel her magic and be able to know some of the knowledge that I've personally collected that is added to her collection. There are by no means where you can collect her knowledge here. You have to go to her actual plane, but this is the magic that breathes into this plane is what gives the Archivist life.
Archivist, did you have any sort of relation to knowledge of Orn Greywolf?
No relation, just student. Pretty good student until he got pretty talky. No relation.
Oh, okay.
Has Orin ever been in this plane?
Yes, all students have been here. Why do you ask?
More rather, how frequently do you see certain students?
Memory. They all frequent, most. Orn tried to frequent more than others, trying to learn. About magic, conjuration, and he didn't get his stuff. Zevris, Magister here, made sure that I blocked him away from certain things. He had no access.
Why do you restrict access?
Well, just the way his pursuits were going for magic. He wanted to learn more, provide it to political affiliates. Zevris did not really want that magic to be given to...
So you're filtering his knowledge?
Yes.
Have you found any others who, A, you have had to filter their knowledge, or B, have been showing more interest in conjuration of beasts?
Well, I wouldn't say conjuration of beasts. It's something that was he Orn specifically wasn't looking for.
No, I'm not talking about him specifically. I'm talking about any of the other students.
Oh. Well, Charles, he wants to be able to summon healing spirits and join the life domain for the Church of Karmos.
Gale's ears sort of perk up, like, ooh.
Ginger wants to merge conjuration with craftsmanship, to create summon creatures that can help build for construction for the city. Lemon wants to... They're pretty good. I like their use for magic conjuration. They want to create a legendary performance by summoning forgotten beings from myth or something like that. But just create magical creatures for a show, like Ignas.
Yeah.
I think she wants to try and at least partner with him or be in a show.
Oh, definitely. That would be the dream.
Thalias here wants to go back to his family and break a curse. If you haven't noticed, he has a red mark on his face. That is the curse.
What kind of curse?
He hasn't told me the full details on it, but it's something that this curse that befell his family, and they were minors, and it's something that went through in generations of him. So he's trying to figure that out, but he wants to be able to summon powerful creatures to help him fight an evil entity.
Doesn't transform him, he just...
No,
You don't know anything about this curse
this curse.
that he has?
No, it's it kind of brings unluck, but it's mainly centered where he's from, and it's with his other family. He came here in pursuit of trying to
break it,
and being able to become a more powerful magic caster to be able to go back home and break the curse.
And if you don't mind me asking, I do want to get to Gorin, but based off of your discussion of Thalias,
Yeah.
you were mentioning as we entered here, if one does not have control over the creatures, then the magic has control over them.
Yeah.
What would it be like if somebody lost control over said magical beast?
If that were to happen, and that's why we practice here, but in on its own, you command a summoned conjuration spirit. And I'm actually researching this myself, but the short answer is that it can relapse and become its own thinking entity. Now, with that said,
It's meaning the creature can?
Yes, the summon. Yes, the conjuration. Now, with that said, never mind. With the way that normal conjuration works, that you must be a powerful enough mage to call forth a creature from another plane. When this happens, these creatures are not innate beings from the plane. They are summoning avatars of these conjured spirits. So yes, spirits and avatars. Think about it that way. And when you're not powerful enough to be able to control that, the spirit creates its own subconscious and tries to drive for its own being.
What creature does the student summon?
I believe Thalias, he is trying to summon a guardian spirit, but also a little bit of his family from the past, and trying to bring them forth as conjured spirits to...
You have to have seen what he's summoned. What does he summon normally?
Just a regular creature, like a guardian spirit.
Which looks like...
What type of animal?
It's a knight. Looks like a knight.
It is a knight.
And what about
The Goliath.
the Goliath,
the last one.
Gorin?
Yes, he aims to be a master forger, where he can kind of connect with elementals and imbue their magic to his crafts. He wants to be, you might know this, he wants to become a djinn, and we want a very powerful djinn. Djinn.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. Look, the only person who's sticking out to me right now is Ginger Chai. But that's only because they want to work to build the city. So some political things, bringing that to class.
I agree. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this right now.
Yeah.
Is there any record of who has investigated what resources at any given time?
Of the Rift Library?
Mm-hmm.
He looks over to the archivist. Yes, I do.
Could we?
I would like to see that, please.
Perhaps who has checked out things on beast summoning.
Yeah.
Beast.
There were no checkouts, I thought.
Well, whatever.
They have to read it here, but I would assume that...
Is there a system for that?
Who has looked at that area? If that is indeed what you are saying you have a record of, yes?
Yes, I do. Beast as in wolves and...
Yes.
Anything remotely in that area that is not humanoid nature.
Perhaps something with claws? Maybe.
Can't say. none of the students here are in that domain of those type of summons. So it's here, but no one is really checked out, right? Like, yes. I only read because I like to become a giant owl and practice on preying victims.
What do you mean?
I summon creatures that I hunt in this space.
Oh.
It's very boring when you're by yourself here among the stars.
I see.
How often do you leave?
I never leave. I can't leave.
Oh.
That's really sad to read all these things about a world you're not even part of.
Yes, but that's why I have Zevris.
That's really sad.
Yes,
Yeah,
Zevris was in the pillar with us.
Yes.
Wasn't Zevris still in here?
He's right
right
next to
here,
us.
guys.
Yes.
I haven't moved.
Well.
All right. As much as I'm appreciating all the information I'm able to get you and help you out as much as you can, a lot of this conversation here is worrying me about my students. I can assure you that none of them has been involved in Orn, or you can ask some questions, but don't pry into the lives. None of them are guilty of anything. If I can, I'd like to ask you all to leave. Come back another time.
Okay.
All right.
Respectfully, how do you know that they're innocent?
Because the butcher's been other places. Orn was a victim.
We didn't mention the butcher. It's not exactly what we're going after right now.
It was released that Orn was killed by the butcher.
Darn.
News-wise.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Damn.
Well.
Is that your new response?
Fair enough. Good day, I suppose.
Good day.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your help.
Well,
Just take over.
yeah, could you take us back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, look at that window.
please. I know how to get back.
Good day. And he snaps his fingers, and you guys are teleported down to the first floor.
Is the conjuration still there? Of
Yes, you see that he went back
Zevris?
in place.
How?
And
Zevris?
Zevris.
Zevris.
Yes, he went back into place, and he
Zevris.
has that sigil in front of him again.
The lock again.
What?
That wasn't.
Is it just me, or does it feel like every lead we follow, nothing happens?
Yeah.
Yes, it feels like
It's
that.
like
very
we're made
much.
to not figure anything
Oh,
out.
we're kind of running out of time. So
Okay. Those are fighting words.
I think we need to pursue another lead if we're going to get anywhere.
The only thing we can do is possibly go back and talk with Jenkins and figure out the pattern.
Yes.
Yeah. I say we go back to Jenkins, and if we learn nothing there, the only other person I think we could talk to is Ginger Chai, but that's.
Well, I think Phileas also had something with the
But I don't
summoning
know
a
if we're going
guardian knight.
going to be able to get. Personally, I mean, I don't mean to point fingers at people in higher positions, though I suppose that is part of our jurisdiction. Anyways,
You think it's Zevris, don't you?
I don't necessarily think it is him. However, he was very confident that
none of them
everyone
were
was
doing it.
innocent.
Yeah.
I'm very suspicious.
And
I'm
if
suspicious
you
of
are
this.
confident that no one else could have possibly done that, maybe that's because you did. He seems nice, but
It's always could be
I don't know.
I have a kind of crazy idea.
Sure.
All right, and climbing the wall, and I.
We're walking and talking.
Which wall do you claw?
What
You knew it.
What if we go and talk with Sergeant Jenkins, confirm our suspicions, see the pattern, see what makes sense, and if it doesn't make sense that it could potentially be Zevros, then say la vie, as they say in Genie. And
It was good.
Thank you. And what if we come back here tonight? If what we are thinking of could be the case, and see what's in the top of the tower.
If we are allowed.
He's a high level. I don't know.
I think once we make a report, won't they take care of everything? Or
We
If
could
it's
put
right.
it in the report that it's most likely, but I also don't want to sit here and let him run amok.
Yes.
Yeah. There's also, there is the, if we can even do this, there's the possibility, this is only a chance, that we could catch the butcher in the act. If these murders have been happening and have constantly been happening, that means another one could happen again.
How do you
And,
know where to look, though?
well, if we cross-reference where they've been killed, there might be a pattern or there might be a path.
Yeah.
And also in who might be a target. So,
Halt!
Possibly. Whoa.
You guys arrived to the guardhouse.
Oh, hi. What? Possibly people who have.
Just let us see Sergeant Jenkins, please.
Sergeant Jenkins. Roll persuasion.
We have our little badges.
I'm going to roll persuasion with my plus 10. That is a... Well, actually, let me roll with advantage. 23 plus 3, that's 26.
I've never used that plus 10.
Nissa shows the badge.
That's scary. I don't like. I'm never using that plus 10.
Nick just wrote something down just for the viewers.
Yeah.
I think he's just
or
doing it to
listeners.
fuck with us, so
Yeah,
I don't really
probably.
care about it.
I don't care either way. I'm safe where I
He
am.
wrote down who.
The guard looks at you. Oh, all right. You can get in. He opens the door.
In we go.
And you
All right.
guys go into this really shabby, kind of, but really homey guard shack
Heck yeah, guard check.
where you come into this really nicely lit room where it has like these torches that are on the side. And in the middle of this space is like this huge table that can probably fit around like 15 people. You see that Sergeant Jenkins is there, is talking with another guard, or a Goshen Watch guard, as well as you maybe like seeing some plans going on. And he sees you guys walk in. Ah, little guy, Private Eye. Nice to see you guys.
Hello.
Hello, Jenkins.
So, how's the investigation going? You still have tonight? Have you turned it in yet?
We're doing our best.
That's actually why we're here.
Ah, cool. Hey, bud, go get it. And you see this guard comes off, and he's like, "Don't worry, he's getting the files because you guys wanted to look at them. Correct? Last we talked.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So what have you found out while he's getting that?
Blood Jesus.
Thank you.
Scared the shit out of me.
We have some suspicions, but I'm not sure we're at liberty to say them, to be honest. I mean, not that we don't trust you, just... Wouldn't want to say things that are,
Ouch.
false. No, Jink. It's just...
What was your name again? Have we all introduced ourselves? Names?
I'm Lycan.
Lycan.
Nissa.
Ouch, Lycan.
Sorry.
Nissa.
Gail.
Gail.
Leo. Sorry.
we're wasting time. Can we just move on with the conversation?
Yeah. And the files are kind of put on the table as the guard comes in. I'll get your name later.
And this is everything on the butcher that you have
So this is everything that
on the Orin case.
Are we just out in the open? Where are we? Like, I know
You're in the room.
I know we're inside. I just didn't know.
you're in like a living quarters area, like a
Okay.
common room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, like, nobody else is just like sitting in this room.
I mean, there's a guard where he kind of like sits there, but he tells him to go off. But like, it's just you guys and Sergeant Jenkins.
Cool.
And then anyone like with the other doors and whatnot.
Yeah. Just want to make sure.
This is all I have on the persons that we've that have died and been killed over the time that the butcher came through.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Ignore Sig. He was just making fun of you with his
Sig,
spare pair of
Sig.
hands.
that's not nice.
I was.
That was out of character.
That was out of
No way
character.
was that in character.
No, that was
No, because it's just the way you're like, it kind of died, and I was like,
Well, you're like, kind of died.
Yeah. So this is everything that I have on the victims that one, have either been killed by oath wardens, or two, what we've thought to be the butcher.
Why do you say oath wardens?
Well, people have broken oaths before and they've died by that.
But why would they be amalgamated into the same file?
Oh, these are not all files relating to the butcher. These are all the deaths that have occurred.
I see. All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess we better get to work.
Look for patterns.
Cool.
Yeah.
Roll some investigation checks for me.
Investigation, yeah.
Can I roll nice, please? No, apparently I can't.
Dirty 20.
2 nat 20s!
Holy shit!
I also got that 20.
Oh my god.
No fucking way.
Because I roll with advantage. I just rolled 2 nat 20s.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
God.
All of my damn dice.
21.
Do you need any of mine?
Damn. All right, guys.
Dirty
We're
20.
investigators.
Well,
Looks at camera, ends the episode.
I got it.
Give us all the juicy details.
Yeah, all the juicy details. Here we go. So, you might want to prepare yourselves for this. Get some pieces of paper.
To get a lot. Okay.
All right.
We're gonna get information.
First,
Fucking finally.
first we have Lillian Drexler. Her location, she was found in her home on Bracken Street, which was the street that Orn was found, or the street that led to Orn's house. Now, keep in mind, it's not a small street; it's a pretty long street. But it was like in that development road, so it happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Lillian her occupation was a tailor. She was known for her high quality garments. She was often commissioned by wealthy patrons and was a member of the Merchants Guild, and she was known to regularly attend gatherings at Cedar Song Manor.
I see. I think I already know it.
Next, we have Corvin Hask. He was in an alley behind the Spike Lid pub. He was an aqueduct worker.
Say the location again.
An alley behind the Spike Lid pub.
And is that in the Telona district?
Yes, all this is in Telona.
I just want to make sure.
It's right next to Guidance Square.
Yeah.
And he's an aqueduct worker.
Yes. He had a reputation for being tough as nails and was frequently seen at local bars and was classified as a witness to Lillian's murder, since her home was near the pub.
Brother knew something.
Then we have Alara Winslow.
That's a sick name.
Yes. She was found dead outside the Wheelbarrow Ale Works and Inn.
Wheelbarrow.
She was
outside the wheelbarrow.
Dead in a wheelbarrow.
She was a waitress.
Really bad time.
Fuck.
Was a waitress.
Yes. She was a waitress at this inn. Though she did a good job. She waited for patrons there. She was pretty popular. Though discreet, she was often provided guests with like secret private rooms for meetings at a price, as long as they gave her some good coin, and she earned quite a good favor for that. Then we have Gregor Volner. Gregor. He was found dead in his office at the Gilded Coin Bank.
And these are just the ones that we're finding that very clearly seem to be the butcher.
Yes.
Not the Oathwords. Okay, just want to make sure.
Well, actually, hold on.
I just want to make sure we're not like writing down the ones that don't matter to this case.
They're not going to give you all
Well,
the
they might
information,
matter.
actually.
You don't know.
These, what I'm going to say here is that they're a mix of it. Some were claimed, so the brutal murders, like Corvin Hask, were deemed by oath wardens. Ones with really precise cuts, like that would have shown up for Gregor inside of his office, that was labeled as the butcher.
But Orin had both, so I think we need to look at both. Both brutal and precise cuts.
Yeah.
Gregor was a banker that managed accounts for some of the more wealthy nobles in Telona, Gold Leafs and Lucians alike. He was a vocal advocate for the director's policies and was known for advising his clients to support a coming tariff, believing that it would stabilize the economy for the drug issue going on. Then we have Dante Alderwood. He was in an alley near Adwick Keep. He was the previous scribe and historian at the Heirloom Library.
Oh, that's why they were short-staffed.
Dante was a well-respected local librarian known for his historical works. He was working on a book about what the current directorate has contributed to Telona, and his last interview was with Lucian Chassis. And just to remind you guys, this is one of the Lucians that Sergeant Jenkins has said he trusts. Then we have Thorn Carrick, who's found dead at the steps of the House of the Solstice. Gale, you know about this file. Mm-hmm. They were a priestess. Thorn was a devoted priestess of Karmos, known in the life domain, and they died about 2 weeks ago. There is a date for all these. I'll throw this in the chat, but there's two more, but that's just going to go on long enough, and those are like important ones that I think.
Those are the ones that I'm... Okay.
Right.
It's a lot of people.
Actually, there's one more that becomes a little bit more relevant. There's Orlin Tavish. He was found dead in his estate. He was a retired Gold Leaf scholar. He once had a lecture on ancient history at the Pillar of Dragorim. His fascination with tomes led him to acquire rare books and scrolls, and was rumored to have knowledge about some rituals and arcane practices that he gave them to the Magister after his retirement.
So that's where the tiefling stuff comes from.
I was like, yeah, none of it else.
that one feels real important.
Yeah, I was like, how did I almost miss this one?
That's nice.
So, yeah. To let you guys know, this is all we kind of have. The more brutal ones that are found outside of homes have all been called Oath Warden kills, or at least the Directorate has called them Oath Warden kills from Lucian Magundren's viewpoint. Then the ones more that are inside of like personal homes, like
Orlin was one of them.
Like Orland and Gregor, that has been labeled by the Butcher.
Oh my goodness.
So does this help you guys out in any means?
It definitely does. Yes, I wish we would have done this first.
Everything else was nothing.
Because we've never made an efficient decision in our lives.
I also wonder if we should go back to the House of the Solstice and see if we can glean any more information from Orin's body, if we were missing anything, because we were interrupted.
Also, how long do they keep bodies in the House of Solstice?
It's really dependent. It's been a few hours at this point, so ritual practices for cleaning and preserving his body for burial might have already taken place, but we can look.
I mean, unless you think it's a goose chase, but I believe that maybe we didn't.
DM, would that be a futile effort?
Elxidor thinks it would not be a futile effort.
Oh, okay.
Right.
No, we should totally go there.
I just felt like we were very much cut off
Yes.
Yes, body would be cool.
Let us do that. That we have.
We could do that.
Oh my goodness.
It seems we are racing against the clock.
Sure are. All right. Let's.
We have a lot of information.
We do. Yes.
We have a lot.
And I think.
And if the magistrate doesn't like it, then I don't know what else we could have done. So let's keep looking and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Brine dies.
Can we head over?
Actually, Riker. Riker's the one at stake here.
Yeah.
True.
We don't know that, do we?
we do.
Yeah, you do.
Because he
He's
threatened
gonna be
us.
sent to prison.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
I mean, he's not gonna
know.
die.
Yeah.
As
He's
far as-
not gonna die, but you won't see him.
Oh my god.
Go break hard.
Oh god.
Yeah, that would throw a wrench in Arc 3 for you.
Jesus.
Good
I
to
can
get
do
Riker,
it.
guys.
Did we leave the location yet? To head towards.
Are we going?
And you guys make it to the steps of the House of the Solstice.
The steps of the sword.
That's what I was gonna do.
But yeah, you guys come on in. And it's not sunset yet, so we're not going through a death ritual. But with that being said,
if it was sunset, we'd be cooked.
dinner is being prepared. So when you guys come in, you smell the aroma of cooked food. And since we still haven't eaten our lunch yet, I'm sure this will make you even more hungry as I describe food.
Hungry.
I ate before this. Did y'all not?
No.
I
did, but not much.
Not enough.
I had a tortilla. You saw my food.
I watched you. Oh my god.
A singular tortilla.
I'm
with
worried about
nothing
you
on it.
all. Okay.
I had
Locking
dino
in.
nuggies.
So as you come into this smell, seeing a very smell food, you see there are priests kind of preparing the table for plates and silverware and whatnot, but also for the kind of sermon that will take place for it. But off that to the side, Gale, you don't see anyone of importance. They're just other Death Domain people. But you do see on the justice end, there is Iago, who's kind of just taken to himself. You see he's praying to the statue of Karmos. And when the big doors open, he does take a little peek around there and sees you all come in. Ah, Gale. It's great to see you. And friends, I remember you. You guys are new faces to me.
I'm Lycan.
Like it.
It's nice to meet you.
I'm sick.
Can we please just do what we're here to do?
Yeah.
Your Holiness, I think I spoke briefly about the case that we are after, but we have returned to inspect the body of this murder victim who we are trying to avenge. And we had, yes, exactly. So if you would grant us to go back into the Death Domain and look at his body, it would be most appreciated by us and many others.
Sadly, there's already the Grey Wolf family had their own ritual, and Orn is now buried. But I did oversee the body, so are there any questions that I can help you out with?
Yes, I thought that might be the case. Gail's kind of looking around, like, at the others, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to ask here.
I'm curious if the state of Orin's body was similar to that of Thorn's, who was found dead outside the House of the Solstice as well. Do you remember this at all?
I can't say I do. I wasn't here the day Thorn was. That was still when High Priestess Sofri Ezrin was here. I came the day before the murder of Orn.
I'm trying to find names.
Convenient.
Could we possibly speak to Celine? Or is she busy at the moment?
She is busy. Currently, she's with Talus and is going through someone else who's died today.
We are wondering if there was any other substances found on the body. We noticed that there were nastier gashes, and we noticed that there were more refined cuts.
Yeah, that was really interesting for us.
Did you find any metallic alloys or anything that could possibly be used to identify a weapon of sorts or symbols written across the body?
Not symbols, but something about weapons. Well, the only unusual thing was about the shape of those cuts, where they look like they were made with, well, priests who prepare the dead use embalming tools. And they're these kind of curved blades that help prepare the dead. I don't know who else in Tolona would have something like that. I mean, other than me and Celine, but someone... These cuts were made by these tools. And during the night of Orn's death, our tools were here. So no one stole ours.
I mean, how common are these tools? Could anyone have them, really, or...?
No, not really, unless they have their own, unless they are expert level in the magic casting department or higher. So,
of course.
Like if they conjured their own tools or something?
No, because there is an art to it. And with the death domain, this church here, since we prepare the dead for the entire city, our tools are here. I mean, unless you went outside of the city and you found some ruins where you came across, those type of tools. Skyrim. Thank you. I wanted to insert that joke. But yeah, that's about it.
I think that is exactly what we were looking for.
I'm glad you were following.
We will talk about it later.
Great.
Last thing.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, was there any... This might sound weird. Calling card?
Calling card.
Anything beneath the tongue, anything underneath the nails?
Nothing like that except the cuts. That's the only thing.
The cuts were consistent.
The cuts were consistent, and they were only made by these tools. Other than that, there was nothing else unusual.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can Leo make an insight roll?
Yeah.
To see if the body is actually, if he's lying about the body actually being burned. Because we're talking about buried. Buried.
Yes.
You said burned.
I thought you said burned.
I did?
Yeah, you
You
did.
said burned.
Oh, I heard buried as well.
Buried.
Oh.
Yeah.
Burned.
Okay.
Laurel.
Is this
Laurel.
Is it buried?
Laurel.
Okay.
Green needle.
Roll the tapes. No, it's okay.
Mostly just because I know this guy is into necromancy. And I don't know if this is a ploy to try to...
Could
That's
I
a really good point.
also roll
Yeah.
or help in some form since I don't super know his mannerisms?
What's your insight?
Oh, yeah, this is backup.
And you
Where the fuck?
and you guys can use the is insight a part of the boon of green spell? I think?
I'm not using it, fucker. No.
You
I mean, depending.
Session inspiration.
Random side.
Do have session inspiration.
It's being used!
I'm using the session inspiration.
Well, if you have to.
Would Gail know if oh my god, what the fuck is this dude's name? I can't ever
Iago?
remember it. Yeah.
Iago?
If Iago would have his own tools if he wasn't yet head.
He kind of showed up.
Or does the X...
You know what I mean? Because what if they have them what if he was just from another church that then he brought all of his stuff in?
Well, I'm gonna roll for something.
Yeah, also the ex-high priestess could have the tools.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole...
I'm gonna let you know it's not her.
Yeah. Don't start investigating outside.
I don't know, guys. I think we got 2 hours left. Let's,
So I got a 15, which isn't bad. However,
Does that pass?
well, I can't.
You can do that, Jim.
Hey, what's the
Straight to the point. I like it.
what's the DC?
Well, okay.
I could also use the boon.
If it is
I know
advantage,
it's-
you'll still have the 15. Even if you roll
that
lower.
would be a 25 if you
Yeah,
used
and
it
then and the session's almost over.
Yeah, might as
There you
well.
go. That was not better. So 15. That's what I got.
Iago. Okay. For 15. Iago for 15?
Iago
I
for
heard that.
15. Come on. I could also try to do my own insight.
Do you want to
Why
roll
not?
insight as well?
Why not? You asked about it.
Yeah. Then we were just like, what are your insights?
anything. That's a 2.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes, it is. He is truthful in that the body is kaput and buried in the walls. But there is some like other. There, you see that like with looking into him, there's another idea in his head, where when he mentioned about like, oh, Celine and Talus are burying another person, there's a little something in his mannerisms about that. It came out awkwardly.
Oh,
But the body is buried.
I noticed that. If you do not mind me saying, Your Holiness, is something else on your mind?
He's a little taken back. Well, yes, but what are you implying?
Oh, nothing in particular, only that when you mentioned Celine and Talus, it looked like you had some sort of thought about the matter, so I just wanted to... I was just curious is all.
We are investigators after all.
Yes.
Of course. Apologies. There is... Yes, there is something else on my mind. There is a current project that I'm working on.
Oof. Nope. Sorry.
The level to which Sophia hates this man.
It's a project I'm working on. No.
But it's yes, you are the investigators of the Kamuli Casino, and with how the liquid luck affected everyone in the city in the life domain, Alark is trying to come up with remedies to help out with the addiction of liquid luck. And with the new implementation of the corrective tariff act, that really put a dent in his plan. So I actually have a little thing I'm working on right now.
Oh. All right.
Iago, I've got a question.
Yes, of course.
Now I hear you dabble in necromancy.
I do.
Would we just be able to raise Orm from the dead and ask him ourselves what happened?
There are certain laws that the Church of Karmos, especially for the death domain, do not practice. We believe that nothing can change the law of life and death, that once someone meets an end, that is the end of their life. But I do understand where you're coming from, and I actually believe that the journey of life and death are two separate journeys, and that there is a third journey that can be explored through reanimation. At this time, currently, none of the bishops are going to be happy if I were to attempt in such a thing, so I'm currently putting a proposal. To answer your question, no, it may not be done now.
All right.
Could it please be done now? As quickly as possible?
What if you know any other necromancers?
We would never say anything.
I appreciate the thought, but I just recently came into this position, and that would be a one-way ticket for me to lose this position, especially since Sofri Ezrin decided to join the council. That is something I cannot sacrifice for this case. I'm sorry.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Yes. And Iago takes a look at your collar, Brine, for a second. And if you guys were to make your way out, right, to discuss what else is going to happen, he He pulls you off to his side, just like tap your shoulder. I see that the collar is a very unfair thing to be put upon you. And if you ever have a need, do not hesitate to come here. Refuge is one of justice's many branches. And I myself come from the depths. So I understand what it's like to be looked at differently.
I appreciate the offer, but it's been taken off before. It's been put right back on.
Well, if you come around to the unlawful practices of removing the collar, you are safe here. Sanctuary! So Iago kind of puts out his hand for you to make your way up to the group as all of you decide to kind of gather outside. As you look out where you see that the sun is starting to set, the sky starts to almost turn to an orange. And this is where we will end today's session.
What? Oh my god!
Oh my god! So natural.
It wasn't mine.
Campaign
natural.
casters.
It was good.
So natural.
So natural.
So natural.
Hey casters, we wanted to give you a big thank you for listening to this episode. We are very excited to continue the story of this party and share this world with you. So please check us out on our socials on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube by searching up Campaign Casters. No spaces, one word, Camp AI GN Casters. And if you could, please turn your notifications on for Mondays because we are finally releasing our character art. Make sure to hop on over to Instagram and TikTok to see our characters in all of their glory once a week. And maybe once everyone is released, we may drop a little poster of Little Guy Private Eye. So stay vigilant. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd really appreciate it if you left a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to this amazing show, if you so deem. It helps us reach more listeners and keeps the investigation going.
Our theme song is Nobody's Hero by Chronophobia. A big shout out to them for allowing us to use their beautiful music. You can find them on all music platforms, including, but not limited to, Apple Music, iTunes, and Spotify. And, if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and listen to their new album, The Path. Additionally, if you haven't already, check out our documentary. That's correct. Rolling the Dice is officially on YouTube now. Shout out to our friend Brandon Pierce Media for producing it. You can find him at brandonpiercemedia.com to book him today on your photography and videography needs. Our players for this campaign are Heath Chase as Sig Valang, Jake Taylor as Brine Smith, Adam Fox as Leo, Sophia Condit as Lycan, Ari Bardock Mitchell as Gael, Nicholas Bailey as Alxador Vernades, and me, Haven Joseph-Lyon as Nissa Stone. Our next episode will be released on April 25th. Coming to theaters near you.
What theaters? This is strictly audio.
A man can dream.
A man can dream. Okay. Well, until next time, everyone, be careful adventuring. If you're tired, come back home.